If you're calling upon your God and asking for liberation, for enlightenment, or to be freed from your current situation, you're implicitly expressing dissatisfaction with what has been created. It's as if you're saying, "I don't appreciate this, so please remove me from it." At 4:30 a.m., I'm about to ascend the mountain behind me to witness the sunrise. Let's see if I can make it in 40 minutes. And here's the valley from which I've come, the Jurglen Valley. It took me precisely 40 minutes to reach this point. Now, let's delve into our conversation. Early mornings carry a calming energy. The subject I've selected today is not something I want to impose. Rather, it is something I feel needs to flow from awareness. I want to communicate not directly to you, but to the essence of presence itself. This is a connection facilitated through us, so to speak. As I sat by the river in the valley yesterday, basking in the beautiful sunlight, the realization came to me more as a feeling of existence than a mere thought. Therefore, I chose to explore it further. Many of humanity's fears stem from the realm of thought, which is disconnected from presence. Thoughts are erratic, constantly shifting from one idea to another, always in flux. You know how it is. The moment you awaken, the flurry of thoughts begins. Throughout the day, your mind oscillates between the past and future without pause. Yet in the state of total presence in the now, thought ceases to exist. Consequently, fear cannot exist either. Fear is a construct of thought, and I hope we can agree on this. This realization will help us progress. Now consider our longing for liberation or enlightenment. This desire arises from our struggle to be fully present. It emerges from discomfort with existence because we often lack the skills necessary to simply be. We become entangled in our thinking minds, which generate fears, and from those fears, we cultivate a yearning for liberation. Even though the desire for liberation may sound noble, I can't help but see it as a potential trap in the end. There are numerous aspects to consider, and I'm gradually working through them. So please be patient with me. Why do we strive to break free from the cycle of death and rebirth? Why do we place such emphasis on what the Buddha suggested, that existence is suffering? While I believe this isn't precisely what he intended, it is often loosely interpreted that way, asserting that all life entails suffering and we must escape it. We yearn to exit this endless cycle of birth and death. Yet in the present moment there is neither time nor space, and the concepts of you and I fade away in presence. So who is traveling to a destination? Who is it that needs to arrive somewhere? It's once more our thought patterns that fabricate the illusion that this moment in its current state is insufficient. As it stands, it is seen as defective. We tell ourselves that if we engage in enough practices, discover sufficient techniques, or explore various spiritual traditions or religions, we will ultimately arrive at our goal in some distant future. However, there is no destination to reach except within the dynamics of time and space. This perspective presents another trap. It implies that we are mere beings traversing through time and space. In truth, time and space exist within the essence of presence. Presence itself exists beyond the confines of time and space. It is eternal not in the sense of an extended duration, but rather as total presence. I hope what I'm expressing is coming across clearly, and I share this with sincerity. Someone once posed a question to me: should individuals cease their quest for truth? It's a legitimate inquiry, and the response is both yes and no. It really depends. In the state of presence, there is no will that you impose upon reality or existence. What is meant to unfold in presence will manifest in its own time. Some individuals will navigate through extensive searching, engaging with various methods along the way. Eventually, they might come to the understanding that this search cannot lead us to our desired destination because that place isn't bound by space or time. Our true destination is already where we are at this very moment. At times, the act of seeking can wear itself out, similar to how a fire dies down once it has consumed its fuel. In essence, the only role that seeking fulfills is that it ultimately leads to its own exhaustion, leaving you completely present, neutral, awake, raw, and here without any demands. If you find yourself praying to your deity, asking for liberation or enlightenment, in essence, you're conveying a message to God that you disapprove of the creation. This sentiment suggests a certain arrogance, and it is unfortunate to express dissatisfaction with the divine design. It seems illogical, doesn't it? Yet there are those for whom clarity arrives suddenly like rain falling upon them. They find themselves on a path, without a defined path, often triggered by a significant event, or at times, for seemingly no reason at all. While seeking can be beneficial, many may not require it. This video isn't about urging you to cease your seeking, as that could merely lead to another form of spiritual entrapment, a different kind of quest. When you are fully present in this moment, everything exists just as it is. If your desire for change arises out of discomfort with the present, it acts as an escape mechanism. It is our difficulty in accepting the present that leads us to envision alternate worlds, lives, or celestial existences. We conjure such thoughts, thereby strengthening the ego. The mind gradually becomes more refined, convincing you that your current desire is justified and significant. This pursuit is legitimate because ultimately you will reach your destination. Reflect on your personal journey. Have you arrived? Is it possible to achieve this by adhering to someone else's blueprint? Can you attain it simply because Buddha or Jesus said something, or because it's mentioned in various texts? Countless individuals have turned to these writings, so why haven't the majority, or even many, found enlightenment? It's because we often operate using the recipes created by others, yet the most authentic life is crafted through the intuitive essence of our true selves. Thus, if you are on a quest, allow yourself to continue that quest. Don't disrupt your own process. Don't force your desires onto life, whether to stall or push forward. Simply let experiences unfold as they will, since there isn't a singular force within you to navigate or direct your journey. As I observe the sun rising amidst the clouds, I anticipate that once it emerges fully, it will be fierce rather than gentle. Life entails suffering and pain. It encompasses everything. If we don't turn inward and refrain from passing constant judgment, if we stop categorizing our experiences into likes, dislikes, preferences, attractions, and repulsions, we risk remaining trapped in that cycle. The only way out is to let things happen and to be fully present with them. This applies to everyone, all beings, not just those who are enlightened or close to awakening. We possess the ability and strength to confront everything. It's often after an event transpires that we reflect and start narrating our experiences, recalling what we appreciated, what we disliked, what was favorable yet marred by rain or illness, and we begin to mimic societal voices. Additionally, we are beings who crave acceptance from others. Consequently, we often softly and unconsciously align ourselves with many ideas. Yet, it doesn't have to remain this way. When you've completed an event or a task and find yourself reflecting on it, you can simply allow yourself to observe the thoughts that arise during this contemplation. Just last night, a desire emerged within me to wake up at 4 a.m., climb this mountain, and discuss this subject. Where did this urge originate? Did I fabricate this longing? As I sat beside the river, the dialogue I'm sharing with you resurfaced with remarkable clarity and intensity. Did I conjure that? Conjure. Did I consciously choose to entertain these thoughts? I indeed woke up at 4, my alarm set, yet I awoke even before it went off. How did that occur? Should I claim credit for this? Look, I've developed this ability to rise before the alarm each time. We often rush to claim credit, yet we hesitate to accept blame. However, both credit and blame are fundamentally the same. You can consistently step back, observe, and watch life as it unfolds. You might be awake, or you might not be. What is destined to happen will come to pass. Allow it to unfold. You may now wonder, what should I do? The issue with these inquiries, what should I do? Can someone attain enlightenment? Can I pursue it? Would you share this with that individual? This is merely the mind at work, reaffirming the notion of separate identities. As I mentioned earlier, this is presence connecting with presence. There is no you and me. The speaker and the listener are both presence. The division only appears when the mind intervenes and disturbs the flow. Yet, as I have pointed out, there often exists a lengthy journey to ultimately realize that there's nowhere else to go. There's no one to become. It is solely an unbecoming, an unlayering. It is about recognizing where you've always been. You don't discover presence. Rather, you awaken to the presence that has always existed and cease pretending that it isn't there. The sun has risen, and I'm eager to show you something beautiful. Beautiful, once more. Now that you've listened to me, take a moment to reflect and share your thoughts with me. Thank you for engaging with me this morning. Take care and see you soon.